For decades, the most powerful people on Earth operated behind sealed doors, sealed files, and sealed lips. But in January 2026, something cracked open, and it can never be sealed again. On January 30th, 2026, the United States Department of Justice released over 3.5 million pages of documents, 180,000 images, and 2,000 videos, the largest forced government transparency event in modern history. This wasn't a leak. This wasn't a whistleblower. This was the law. The Epstein Files Transparency Act, passed with near-unanimous bipartisan support in November 2025 and signed by the president himself, forced the release of everything the FBI and DOJ had collected over 2 decades of investigating Jeffrey Epstein's international sex trafficking ring. Flight logs, financial ledgers, FBI interview summaries, internal DOJ communications about who they chose not to prosecute and why. Within days of the release, the shockwave hit every continent. Turkey opened an investigation into allegations that Epstein trafficked children from Turkish soil. Lithuania launched a human trafficking probe after its citizens appeared in the files. Latvia's president called for a formal inquiry when passport data for Latvian women surfaced in the documents. Norway's parliament backed an investigation into its own foreign ministry, after multiple diplomats and former foreign ministers appeared in the records. In the UK, Peter Mandelson resigned from the House of Lords after emails suggested he may have shared classified government information directly to Epstein. This wasn't just an American scandal anymore. This was a global reckoning. What the files revealed wasn't just the crimes of one man. They exposed the architecture of elite impunity, an entire ecosystem where billionaires, politicians, academics, and royalty operated above the law. Emails show powerful people asking a convicted sex offender for advice on handling sexual assault allegations, HR investigations, and media scrutiny. The files revealed that elites didn't just know each other. They protected each other. They shared intelligence. They influenced media coverage. They shaped which investigations moved forward and which ones quietly disappeared. The old world was built on a simple agreement. We don't talk about this. That agreement is now shattered. Now, here's where it gets deeper, because what we're witnessing isn't random. It isn't coincidence. It's alignment. In astrology, we are living through one of the most significant cosmic transitions in over 2,000 years. The shift from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. The age of Pisces was defined by faith, hierarchy, secrecy, and blind trust in institutions. It was the age of kings, clergy, and gatekeepers, where power flowed from the top down and the masses were told what to believe. The age of Aquarius flips the entire script. It is the age of transparency, collective awareness, decentralized truth, and radical accountability. And since Pluto entered Aquarius in 2023, where it will remain until 2043, we've been watching the old Piscean structures collapse in real time. Let's trace the cosmic receipts. December 2020, the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. Astrologers called it the official doorway into the new age, a complete shift in the element governing societal cycles, from earth to air, from material control to information sovereignty. 2023, Pluto enters Aquarius for the first time. Pluto, the planet of destruction and rebirth, begins dismantling power structures that no longer serve humanity. 2025, Neptune prepares to leave Pisces, the sign it's ruled for over a decade, dissolving the last veils of collective illusion. And then, January 2026, 3.5 million pages of evidence proving that the most trusted institutions in the world were complicit in protecting predators. This is not coincidence. This is the cosmos keeping its schedule. So what does this mean for nations? For the world? Everything. Governance will be forced into transparency. The Epstein Files Transparency Act set a precedent. The public has the right to know what its government is hiding. Expect more forced disclosure laws across the globe. Institutions will be rebuilt or replaced. Universities, law firms, media empires, and political parties connected to these files are already hemorrhaging trust. The ones that survive will be the ones that reform. Citizen journalism becomes the new investigative standard. It wasn't just professional journalists combing through these 3.5 million pages. It was everyday people. Digital communities decoded faulty redactions within hours, recovering names and details officials tried to hide. The age of the gatekeeper is over. International cooperation on trafficking will accelerate. Multiple countries are now running parallel investigations. The files created a shared evidence base that makes coordinated prosecution possible for the first time. And the culture of silence around the powerful is finished. The social contract that protected elites for centuries, the unspoken agreement that proximity to power meant immunity from consequence, has been publicly, permanently, and irreversibly broken. The Age of Aquarius was never about utopia arriving overnight. It's about the long, sometimes brutal process of truth replacing illusion. Aquarius is an air sign. It deals in information, connection, and collective consciousness. It asks, who benefits from the secret, and who suffers? Every sealed file that opens, every investigation that launches, every powerful person held accountable. That is the Aquarian frequency in action. Not as a spiritual abstraction, but as a lived, documented legal reality. The Piscean age asks you to believe. The Aquarian age asks you to verify. And for the first time in modern history, the tools to verify, the documents, the data, the digital infrastructure, are in the hands of the people. Not the powerful, the people. 3.5 million pages didn't just expose a trafficking ring. They exposed a world that was never designed for you to see clearly. But you see it now, and that clarity, that's not going away. The Age of Aquarius isn't coming. It's here. And the Epstein files are its opening statement.